Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're hopping back into our life. So without further ado, let's just get into this. Um I say we do hang. You grab the large beach towel off your bed and stuffed it into a bag. You already packed your water bottle for your upcoming beach hangout session. The stars had aligned and somehow everyone was free today. Miranda had set things up with several bubbly phone calls between you, Cove, and Terry to find time to hit the beach. You were hoping that this would be a fun time together. That's so exciting. Your cousin's voice sounded over the speaker of your phone. She had been, hyping you up for the beach for the last little while.
Right?
Anyway, speaking of plans, guess what? I'm going to quite the little event later this week. You listened as you got ready, occasionally putting in comments or asking for clarification. Rummaging around for beachwear ended up distracting you. Your height had complicated shopping a little. Not all suits were made to properly fit people like you. And then for the shape of your body, I'm not really slender. I'm not scrawny. I'm a general medium. I don't have curves. And we're not delicate. I'm squishy, but I got a lot of muscle. But it's not noticeable. So a little muscle definition. Your build was toned and firm with muscles that were stout throughout, though slight in size. You kept mostly the same shape you had throughout your teenage years. You were used to your body, and your body was used to your habits. You knew for sure that you were non-binary. Your degree had different facets to it. You still didn't know what identity you truly felt comfortable with. Non-binary. You had no questions about that part. And small boobs, good breasts, not exactly small, but not huge. You were well endowed. Past you had breasts, had them surgically removed. We're gonna go with small. Um, they were noticeable enough to appear on your silhouette, though that was about it. You liked the size, yes. Wish they were smaller, might get a reduction. Wish you were bigger, might get implants. You used a binder. Here's a binder. You were also considering options. You left them as they were. We were considering other options for them. We're going to use a binder and consider other options. You're okay with your binder for now, but it might not be a permanent measure. Besides that, you went through hormone therapy. Besides that, you were currently going through hormone therapy. Besides that, hormone therapy was something. If that was all. Currently. I'm transitioning. So you know what? We're putting myself into this character. Your hormone therapy was changing your appearance. You look forward to seeing even more results as time went on. Where people had a lot of their identity wrapped up in their physical form. It shaped their self-image. You were confident in yours. You were comfortable. You weren't really content. You hated your body. You knew you had gender dysphoria. We're comfortable, okay? Let's not give them all the trauma. Your body was you, and it was good. That you felt content in. You had pretty much always felt good in your body. It was that way through your main growing years. And now that you were an adult, you didn't see that changing anytime soon.
Hey.
Ari, am I losing you? Lee, what do you think of me? Sorry, it's fine. Let's ask her. Of the way I look, and I am. She replied without hesitation.
Trust me.
You're perfect. That was kind of serious. I'm being serious. Even if you're somehow completely different from the last time I saw you, doesn't matter. Perfection comes in many forms. Alright, thanks, Lee. She was family and loved you. So absolute praise was kind of to be expected. But you were still happy to be accepted that
You're
completely.
welcome.
You're welcome. Now, what are you wearing? You chose to wear casual clothes instead. You picked the one-piece swimsuit. Decided to wear a two-piece. Choose a two-piece tankini. I wear a wetsuit. Wear swim trunks with a top. Decided to wear a speedo with a top. I normally wear swim trunks with a top. So, while you dug around in your drawers, you tried to think if there was anything else you were missing. Sunglasses. You chose everything to put on. With now dressed and ready, you checked the time on your phone. It was pretty close to when everyone was supposed to meet. You didn't worry too much about being late given how close to the beach was from your house, but it's still best if you get going. Ready or not, beach, here I come. Ah, finally, send me a pic of your look. I've been waiting. Sure, not right now. Let me get a good angle. I don't like pictures. Let me get a good angle. You took a quick snap that showed your beach wear. It was only a few taps of your phone, and then Lee was awing over it.
Very nice.
You look hot. She whistled, and you could picture her smile. Okay, as much as I want to keep talking forever, you better get going. That's a look everyone should see.
Talk to you later.
Call me later. I want to hear about it. You could hear some static as she shifted her phone around. You have fun. It's gonna be great. You and your friends are lucky to have you. Come in. Friends are lucky to have you. Bye, Ari. We'll chat soon. You pressed your red button on your phone and ended the call. With your things all stuffed in your bag, you quickly left your house. When you made it out into the neighborhood, you spotted Cove. He looked like he had just left his own house as well. He wore a swimsuit with his towel was stuffed under his arm, and he was using his hand to text. He briefly glanced up and noticed you. Hey, Cove, ready to hit the beach? Hey, Ari, it's good to see you. I just heard from Terry. I guess she and Miranda should be at the beach any time now. You nodded and he put his phone down. I guess we could head over to the beach and wait for them there. You agreed, and Cove shot off a quick text to the two of them where you'd be. Cove gave you a thumbs up after the message sent. It was a familiar path to walk, and it wasn't long until you reached the shore. Cove laid out his towel on the warm sand. You set up your stuff beside him and looked out into the ocean. The rolling swells hit the shore rhythmically. You all had lucked out. It was a beautiful day. The sky was clear and the waves were good. It was a balmy summer day, but with a pleasant breeze to keep things comfortable. Essentially, it was perfect.
So?
Do you feel like heading out into the water? Maybe we just walk down the shore, or do you want to do something here? The water sounds good. Taking a stroll would be fun. I don't mind my feet being on it. You plan to get some sun. Either way is fine. What do you want to do? Water. That's what I'm here for anyway. Cove nodded, accepting the plan. He kicked some sand off his towel absent-mindedly. Yeah, sounds nice. He seemed like he wanted to say something else. He considered speaking up, but nothing came to mind. Cove shrugged and then busied himself with smoothing out his already straightened towel. Luckily, it didn't take long until you heard shouts. You turned your head to see both Miranda and Terry running straight for you. Miranda was faster, making leaps and bounds across the sand. Terry followed in her wake, laughing with her towel clutched around her shoulders and flowing like a cape. Miranda started making her jumps more theatric and more precarious as she got closer. Cove waved them on with a bright grin. You shouted a greeting, you cheered at their antics, you waved too, you laughed, shook your head, you hoped they wouldn't fall. We shout, Miranda, Terry, it's good to see you guys. The two officially arrived, and Cove in your setup looked completely ready for an ocean adventure. They were already in their swimwear and were rearing to go. Hey Terry, Miranda, welcome to our beach.
Hey!
Hi. Hello, hello. She beamed up and Miranda nodded with a smile.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm so pumped. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm really glad this worked out. What have you guys been up to over here in your town, Cove? Ari, have we missed things? Cove blinked and then shrugged when nothing he wanted to mention came to mind. You shrugged like Cove. You gave a vague answer. You gave her a recap of how your family's doing. What have you been up to? We give her a recap. Your moms were the same as ever for the most part, although they were definitely still adjusting to you being an adult now. Liz had asked you to take pictures of her latest makeup look the other day. There was nothing too dramatic going on right now. Terry nodded along and mentioned a couple things about her own parents. Miranda brought up her family and shared some of the wilder things her older brother had done. Terry then started talking about her morning and how she'd almost overslept since she had stayed up too late last night. She bounced on her feet as she spoke. But don't worry about me being tired today. You know I ran on less back during school. Miranda filled in the group about her morning. Apparently everything had gone smoothly. She met up with Terry on the way here, and you knew the rest. Cove offered a suggestion to the girls. Hey, why don't we take this out on the water? Oh yeah, definitely. You felt pleased that Cove remembered that you wanted to do. Sometimes he could be thoughtful like that. Terry threw her stuff down in the sand, started running for the waves. Miranda was more careful setting down her things and waited for you and Cove. Cove tilted his shirt to adjust you to the ocean. I've been looking forward to this. The three of you made your way down to the shoreline together. Miranda cartwheeled and Terry clapped. Soon all four of you were in the water. Cove swam at the furthest while Terry instigated a splash fight. There was rarely a quiet moment where someone wasn't laughing. Hours passed and the group had moved between different activities, some low-key and some more exhaustive. For you, it was another break time. You sat on your towel and sipped at some water. Your friends were hard at work trying to bury Terry's full body under a pile. Randy used her arms to force up sand around Terry's sides. Cove worked on covering Terry's feet. You took another drink and closed your eyes. Eventually, a shadow passed over you, dampening the light that was still noticeable behind your eyelids. You checked to see Cove had joined you there. He knelt down to dig around in a pile of assorted beach stuff in the middle of everyone's towel setup and pulled out the sunscreen. He took a seat next to you on his towel. He opened the bottle with a soft pop and began to reapply the cream. Hey. After he finished up, Cove let out a comfortable sigh and looked off into the distance. But then he sighed again, this time in an exaggerated disappointed way. You wondered if he was going to sigh again, and more dramatically if you didn't say anything. What's wrong? You honestly wondered. You wondered what it was? You raised an eyebrow. You chuckled. Oh, Cove, whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to be okay, you joked. Let's ask him. You inspected his face to see if there was anything actually distressing about him, but he still just looked like he was exaggerating. You asked anyway, since it was obvious that something you wanted. Cove shook his head, comically despondent. His frown didn't match the sparkle in his eyes.
Don't worry about it.
I'm just becoming a jaded adult, that's all. Now you were really confused. You waited for him to continue, and his next sigh did not disappoint. It was the most ridiculous sad sigh you had ever heard. Then he smiled a little. Mermaids aren't real. What? That had not been what you were expecting. He continued. You know how much I liked mermaids as a kid? Well, merfolk as a whole. I really hoped they were out there.
I mean,
the ocean's a big place, right? They could be somewhere. But the older I got, the more I had to accept it. They were just a fairy tale. He jerked his head over to the water line and rolling waves. They crashed against the shore and then drew back. This is a perfect beach for them. It's pretty and vast and never too crowded. If merfolk did exist, we definitely would have met one by now. Or at least we'd have heard someone else sing one, but nothing. He acted as though the result was a true bafflement. He let his head hang. I gotta let the dream go. You burst into laughter. That's hardly proof it's not like the only beach in the world. You pretended to be shocked and disappointed. Shook your head. Wow, good for you with that revelation. It's not the only beach in the world. They could still exist. As you said, the ocean is a big place. Cove chuckled a little bit to himself, eyes tilted often to see his face still low. A seagull flew by. It might as well have carried Cove's mermaid hopes off with it. He turned his attention to putting his things away after that. You put your drink in your other hand, and Cove finished packing away the sunscreen in silence. And then you heard Miranda screech. Your attention immediately switched over to your friends. You saw Terry had gotten impatient and shifted her legs. The walls Miranda had been meticulously building collapsed into a wet heap of sand. She surveyed the damage critically. We're gonna have to start over on that part. Do you just want to give up on this now?
No way.
No way. The burial must continue. I'll try not to move anymore. Okay, if you're sure, I'll try to fix this. Miranda started to rebury her, and Terry shot her thumbs up. She realized too late that moving her arm was a bad idea. More of the sand on her crumbled, and Miranda put her head in her hands. Cove caught your eye and started to drag himself up. Seems like we're needed. You agreed and followed him over to the girls. Miranda nodded at you both with appreciation, and the three of you did your best to finish the job. You all worked out a system of using just enough wet sand to help hold the rest together. With the three people, it didn't take long for Terry to be entombed. Terry grinned massively, and Miranda's offered high fives. The pile was officially done. Oh yeah! Resembling the Kool-Aid Man, she kicked herself out of the ground with gusto. Sand went flying in all directions, and a Terry-shaped imprint was left behind. Miranda yelled again, and Cove chuckled. There probably wasn't a better way to get out of it. The four of you continued having a good time. You went on a shell hunt. Miranda managed to find the biggest, while you found the most colorful. Cove caught a tiny crab. You did a bit of everything. There was impromptu games to just soaking up each other's company. However, after a while, you all had ran out of water, drinkable water anyway. It was decided that you head to Cove's house. Things were gathered up, and you started to cheerfully walk to the road. What's next? I don't have anywhere to go, so it could be whatever. Same, I guess we can keep hanging out. Terry snorted and readjusted her grip on things. Don't sound too sure there, Cove. By this point, you could see your house. It hadn't taken you too long to make the trip. The conversation continued, with everybody throwing out suggestions. Are people hungry? She looked from face to face in expression. Cove and Miranda shrugged in concern. No one was overly opposed to it. However, you weren't really starving. It wasn't quite a mealtime. We could get dessert. Miranda put a finger to her lips, though, with a smile, her voice becoming more confident. Yeah, that would be fun. Terry considered it and then shot Miranda a thumbs up. Sounds great to me. I can definitely go for that. You know I'm up for more. But there's nothing sweet at my house. Your friends glanced at Cove, his place. He shook his head immediately. Dad doesn't have anything good either. I mean, unless you want dessert-flavored protein shakes. Ew, no. She cut in and held her hand up as if trying to ward off something evil. Cove smirked.
Not bad.
It's not that bad.
Nope.
Well, there has to be some kind of sweet shop around here. Let's look it up. Terry nodded and started digging in her bag. I like the way you think. Terry continued to rummage in her bag and grew increasingly frustrated. She puffed out her cheeks, knelt down, settling the bag on the ground. With both hands free, she was finally able to fish out her phone. She raised it up in triumph in a brief moment of celebration.
I'm on it.
I'll search for something good. Terry got back to her feet, hefting the bag over one arm, tapping away at her screen in the other. But she assessed Cove from top to bottom. No shirt, no shoes, no service. Cove glanced down at his bare chest and feet, having not even registering it prior. He chuckled a little. I'll grab something. Cove moved over to his house. He looked towards yours. You decided to change as well. Waited outside the girls. I guess we'll wait. We're already in shorts and a t-shirt. He watched Cove disappear into his house. Terry was deep in the midst of scrolling through food options. He shuffled over to where you could see Miranda did the same. There's an ice cream. People love ice cream, especially around here. I don't really feel like ice cream. Cool, because I don't either. She flicked her finger up with another ice cream place showed up. Melty Moo Moo's frozen treats with an uncomfortable cartoon mascot. I like ice cream. It's just not for today. There has to be something else. You thought on it, and Terry kept scrolling. You heard a door open and Cove reappeared. You were about to be surprised at how quick he was, but then you noticed he'd just thrown on a t-shirt over his swim trunks and slipped a pair of sandals on, of course. Hey. Everyone else exchanged their respective greetings and then looked back at Terry's phone. Terry scrolled further and then made an interesting explanation. Oh, what about this place? They sell crepes. That's something you don't see every day. Look how fancy they are. She shoved her phone into your face. It seemed like a cute shop. It didn't show any pictures of the actual building, but the food seemed good. It was one of those places that put a lot of effort into presentation with brand wrapping for the crepes as well as applied toppings.
Huh.
Weird, I've never heard of it. I haven't either. Mysterious, but crepes are good. She nodded her approval as Terry admired more of the photos. I'd go. It's not far, but we could drive. Terry cheered at the success of the plan made, and you all walked around Cove's car. He had run inside once more to grab his keys. You wrote "wash me" in the ditter's card. You waited. We right. You noticed a thin coat of sand and dust on Cove's car. It had probably been a while since he'd washed it. With a smirk, you carefully wrote "wash me" with your finger.
Very nifty.
Good work. I wonder if he's even gonna notice. The car beeped and unlocked. Cove ran up to with his car keys in hand. His hair slipped into his face, and he brushed it back. Shotgun. She clambered into the passenger seat without hesitation. You didn't argue as she climbed into the back with Miranda. Terry activated the directions on her phone map and acted as the navigator directing Cove to the crepes. The GPS tried to get Cove to turn into a non-existent road once and wanted him to do a U-turn instead of just using a left turn. But with Terry looking at the actual path, it went smooth enough. You were led to a small stall in a parking lot rather than a full building. That explained why there hadn't been pictures of the crepes interior and why it was new to you despite living in this town your entire life. It was a completely new structure that had popped up recently. There was a window you could walk up to and 4 cars to drive up to. Cove parked with a laugh.
Come on.
I don't think I need to put a shirt on for this, but we still want to try. Let's go.
What?
Do you not trust us to eat in your car? She gestured to the drive-thru option. Cove shook his head with a snort. I'd trust some people here, maybe, but wouldn't it be more fun to actually check it out? Everyone acknowledged his point and piled out. Terry tried to tease Cove a little, but Miranda started thinking about the last time she had crepes. Apparently, they had been dessert explosions topped with multiple sauces, powdered sugar, and Miranda was pretty sure had to be cake icing. That's sweet.
So great.
Literally, it was so good, but I regretted it so much. I couldn't finish it, and I really tried. You can do it this time, Randy. Ooh, look at that. There were some laughs when you got up to the menu. You realized that there were more than just crepes. There were different crepes, mini crepes. However, this stall had a lot of different drinks as well. Tea, smoothies, milkshakes, jackpot. She grinned and held out her fist for a fist bump. Miranda high-fived it. The two stared at the awkward, vague turkey-shaped hand configuration, and then slowly put their hands down. Ko's mouth twitched into a smile. You stepped up to order first. You glanced back at the menu. Both. Hello, I'd like to get a crepe and a drink, please. There was a woman who looked a little older than you taking the orders. She smiled back at you, ready to hear the specifics of your purchase. For the crepe you wanted, chocolate. For the filling you picked, whipped cream, chocolate chips, chocolate syrup, strawberries, mixed berries, banana slices, and cream cheese is probably good. Mango would not work with this. That was all. After you picked the size, you were asked what you wanted to drink. Order. Ice cream tea, black tea, milk tea, coffee, strawberry smoothie, banana smoothie, mango smoothie, coffee frappe, a milkshake, a chocolate milkshake. Green tea. You could also add mix or toppings to the drink. So green tea would probably go best with boba pearls. That's all. You paid and stepped aside to let your friends order. Cove got a lemon crepe with powdered sugar on top and mixed berries. He also got a plain strawberry smoothie. Terry went crazy with toppings, although she ordered a plain crepe. She had it smothered with whipped cream, cream cheese, chocolate chips, chocolate syrup, and bananas. Miranda opted for a frappe with caramel syrup and condensed milk. The four of you stood off to the side as you waited for your treat. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, remember to hit like and subscribe. That way you can come back to see more. Because I hope you want to see more. I love playing this for you guys, and we're pretty close to the end here. We got a few more left, so hopefully you'll come back to see those. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got